So you want to list your house, and you have invited 3 different agents to come into your home so that you can interview them. But what do you want to ask them? Number 1, how did you arrive at your suggested price for my home? That agent should be able to show you similar homes and what we call comps that they have pulled and the data that they use to arrive at the price they are suggesting to you. If they did not bring that information, or if they do not have a good solution to back it up, you probably need to find another agent to hire. Number 2, what percentage of your sold listings have you also represented the buyer? Their answer is going to be a strong indicator of whether they're looking out for your best interest. Can a realtor who is selling a home also represent the buyer? Yes, absolutely. Should they also represent the buyer? In most cases, that answer is going to be no, and here's why. When you pay a commission, that commission is split between the list agent and the selling agent. So if the list agent has the buyer, that means they're keeping the entire commission. They have doubled their money. You can see where this is headed. Many real estate agents are willing to risk their integrity in order to double side the deal and make the entire commission. So by risk their integrity, I mean they could convince you to accept an offer that is favorable to the buyer. They could limit the marketing of your home without you even knowing it. They may not present all offers to you, or they could minimize their negotiating efforts with other agents so that you accept their buyer's offer. I've seen this done. I've seen other agents do this, and it happens a lot more often than you probably think. In most cases, the property sells for a lower price than it would have if the agent only represented the seller. So if a realtor has a higher number of sales where they've represented both sides of the transaction, sometimes that means they're prioritizing a higher commission above a higher selling price. My personal philosophy on that and the way I conduct my business, I don't handle both sides of the transaction. When I'm your listing agent, I'm your listing agent. I will show buyers that house if they're qualified and they call me to go show it to them. But if they get serious and they want to put an offer in, I'm going to refer it to an agent in my office to write that offer for them, because I can't represent you, the seller, and the buyer fully at the same time. The third question you need to ask is, how will you market my home? Marketing is key right now. And so it will drive a higher demand, and higher demand means more home buyers. More home buyers will mean a higher selling price in a shorter amount of time. Buying a home is an emotional decision, and the best agents incorporate emotion into their marketing plan. They should have a story to tell about your home. So when we talk about marketing your home, we're going to talk about putting it on the multiple listing service, which we call the MLS. We talk about syndication to portals like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com. We talk about taking professional photos. We talk about having flyers or brochures available at the house. But an experienced agent has other methods to market the house, and those are going to include having a professional video done, having a 3D virtual walkthrough, doing staging, running social media ads, talking to other agents within their office about your home. Hearing how an agent will market your home is great, but you need to know how they're going to get that word out. Number 4, ask the agent, what are the selling features of my home? Every home has selling features. Doesn't matter if it's in great shape or if it's a fixer-upper, or if the schools have high scores or not. A realtor who knows how to get top dollar is going to find positive selling points, and they're going to use those when they're marketing your home. For example, the 2 selling features for a home in need of updating could be, it's got a lower list price compared to other listings, which means lower monthly payment and lower property taxes, and it gives the buyer the opportunity to add their own artistic and design touches. A good agent is going to do their homework before the initial consultation so that they can tell you which selling features they may use. Who do you think the buyer will be for my home? That's a question I get quite a bit when I'm talking with sellers. Who do you think the buyer is going to be? Where are they going to come from? Now, if I look at that seller with a blank face, they're probably not going to hire me because they're going to think I don't know my market. So the type of buyer for any given home is going to vary based on the location, the property type, the price range, the features that it has. A buyer for a condo in San Francisco is probably going to be different than a buyer for a single family residence in a neighborhood. A buyer for a retirement home is going to be different than someone looking for a home in downtown. You're looking for something specific for that agent to tell you. Your buyer can be anyone, but every home will appeal to a larger demographic more than others. And a generic answer from the realtor you're interviewing most likely means they don't have a clue who that home is going to sell to. Sixth question you need to ask is, how will you reach my target buyers? The best listing agents excel at constructing a plan targeting your ideal buyer. So if you ask the question, who do you think my buyer will be, and they have a generic answer they give you, they're probably not going to be able to answer question number 6. So the way that they need to answer the question is, they're telling you who your target buyers are. They're telling you which selling features are going to attract those buyers. They're going to tell you what marketing materials they're going to use to get in front of those buyers. And they're going to tell you the marketing channels they plan on use to reach those buyers. Any real estate agent can put your home on the MLS, but the best agents have a plan and incorporate the right marketing strategy to get your home sold fast for the highest price. Question 7, what do I need to do to get my home ready? The appearance of your home will have a big effect on how fast your home sells and for how much. You've heard me say many times, you've got to declutter, depersonalize, and deep clean. A common mistake that sellers make is they spend too much time and money on things that don't matter. So the goal is to spend the least amount of money and only on things that are going to bring you a return on your investment. That's exactly what the answer should be about when you ask a real estate agent this question. Their answer is going to depend on how experienced and savvy they are. So do you plan on living in the home while it's listed? Ask the realtor which items in your home can stay and which ones should go. The best real estate agents can walk around your home and immediately provide you with a list of things you need to do to get your home ready to sell. If they say, oh, the house is great just the way it is, you don't need to do a thing, take that with a grain of salt and think about how long have they been in business and how many homes have they sold. Question number 8, and I'm probably going to get some hate for this from other agents that watch this video, is will you lower your commission? And you probably didn't expect that question to be on the list, but this question puts your potential realtor to the test. Pay attention to how an agent responds. The ideal answer is an immediate explanation about why that realtor is worth their commission. You want them to put up a fight, so to speak. The response you don't want to hear is an immediate, sure, yeah, I can do that, or a very weak reply, because that's a red flag. Why is that a red flag? If the realtor can't defend their own financial interest in the transaction with their commission amount, there's an extremely strong chance that they won't be able to defend your list price in a negotiation. Question number 9 is, how many homes have you sold? Make sure you're working with an agent who has selling experience. And when I say selling experience, I mean on the list side. You don't want to know how many buyers they helped to buy a home. You want to know specifically how many listings have they sold recently themselves. You want that selling experience, and you want to know how to navigate the moving parts in a real estate transaction. Working with a list agent who has minimal experience is going to drastically reduce your chances of a successful home sale. Don't select an agent just because they've sold a lot of homes, but experience is the minimum qualification that you want when you are looking for a realtor. An agent with recent selling experience will be armed with the local market data that you need to generate the best offer. Make sure you confirm that the agent's answer does not include homes that they've helped buyer clients purchase. The answer you're looking for is only the number of properties they personally have listed and sold. Number 10, can I cancel our contract? And again, that's probably a question you didn't expect to be on there, but it's one of the most important questions to ask a realtor. I'll tell you why. If you sign a listing agreement with an agent, let's say it's for 6 months, and the agent has promised you the sun, the moon, and the stars when they're there in front of you to get that listing, and then you get 4, 5, 6 weeks into this listing, and the agent is not doing anything they said they were going to do. If they're not working on that listing, if they are not keeping their promises, you do not want to be stuck in a 6-month contract with them. Now, some agents, they're not going to let you out of the contract, period. I've encountered those before. Personally, if I have your home listed and you're not happy with my services, which does not happen very often, but if it is going to occur, I always explain, I'm happy to let you out of your contract, but I do ask that you reimburse me for the marketing expenses I have incurred on your property. So that would include any photographs, special ads that I've run, social media ads, and so on. Now, if I have done those things and paid for those out of my pocket, odds are you're not going to be unhappy with me. So it's the agents who overpromise and underdeliver that are not as likely to let you out of that listing agreement. So you want somebody who puts conditions in there that will let you out of a contract if you're an unhappy seller. Those are the 10 questions you need to be asking realtors when you have them into your house to interview them about listing your home. Now, as we went through these questions, I've tried to give you my take on them and my answer to those questions. But if you're looking to list your home and you want to talk to me, send me a DM and let's start the conversation.